Hello, folks. Lindsay Helson back at it again. Another SPS mental health moment. Here with my guy, Coach Hassan Nizam, Coach Niz, representing for Roseville Basketball. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and I hope you're doing well, and the family is too.
Yeah. Now I'm waiting for Coach Robert to jump out the back because he always around real hype somewhere. I'm like, "What's up, man? What's up?"
Oh, you already know they bring energy.
Yeah, that's good. But listen, I'm so glad we're able to connect. We were trying to get some things together to get together as the season went on, but unfortunately, because of this global pandemic, the season ended. But why don't
Yeah.
you do me a favor and kind of recap what the season was like for you guys? And we really kind of just want to get some good words out to your guys in the Roseville community and just really share what's on your heart right now during this global pandemic.
Right. So just to start kind of recapping our season, I remember we talked a little bit in June at UAD's team camp and told you about how excited we were, and then we ran into each other in October at Michigan State's practice.
Is that the day before your birthday?
That was my birthday, I think.
Your birthday, that's right.
I spent my birthday watching Tom Izzo run a practice. You can't ask for anything better than that.
That's right.
As far as the season went, man, like we were really excited coming into this year. We thought we had a good nucleus of guys. We were coming off a trip to the Elite Eight, and we had graduated 4 starters, but we only graduated 4 seniors. So we had some returners who had some experience. So, what we did was we loaded up the front end of the schedule. We played in some showcase games. We were able to play against Orchard Lake, St. Mary's, and Clarkston, and have a December that was kind of a roller coaster ride. But, it was one of those things that we ended up going 8-2 in league play. And a lot of that, I think that's pretty successful. And I kind of credit that to, what we went through and the trials and tribulations of losing some games early on and the growth that came with it. I think it was a successful season. I mean, we didn't accomplish one of our goals, which was to win the MAC Red, Macomb, Dakota with Ryan Rounds and those guys. They had a good year. They finished 9-1 in the division. But ultimately, I thought it was a pretty successful year because we were playing our best basketball late. We got better as the year went on, and guys started to click and gel. And I felt like we actually were playing our best basketball exactly when we wanted to play it. So
yeah.
I'm proud when I look back at it. Obviously we had the last 5 or 6 weeks to kind of sit back and reflect on how things went, and just to kind of cap it off. It was a year of adversity, of growth, and teams go through some stuff, and you never know what could happen any given day in the playoffs. And we were down 8 with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the district semifinal game on Wednesday. And when we were coming back into our timeouts and stuff like that, just the confidence, the conversations between our players, the way how confident everybody was that we were going to get through that deficit, how mentally locked in and focused, just positive about what was about to happen in the next 257. Like that, to me, that our season was a success because we were able to build that mental toughness to the point where that wasn't going to shake us up. Nobody was thinking about, what if and what if. Like we were coming out of those timeouts and guys were just like, hey, we're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win. Kept telling each other that. And, thankfully we ended up winning. And we're looking forward to playing on Friday night. It would have been our 3rd straight district championship. And
who are you going to be playing against? Who are you matched up against?
We were going to play St. Clair Shores Lakeview in the district championship. So we were excited for that matchup. And it's unfortunate the way it ended, but I kind of say, like, half jokingly, like, unless you've won a state championship at the varsity level, how many times do you win?
Yeah.
So that was.
I get it. Another thing you were going through, when we talked, at UAD, you were going through a culture change. From what I understood, there was a big change of the guard at Roseville. You were really having some challenges, but you finally were getting the guys to buy in. So talk about what that was like, shifting a culture of a program.
So a lot of it early on, and it's the guys that just graduated right now. We came in with a sophomore. My first year, we had a lot of sophomores on the varsity, and we had 3 pretty successful years with those guys. And part of it was just they bought into wanting to get better. So like with this whole pandemic going on, like the fact that we couldn't finish the season or the fact that we haven't started technically started our off season yet. And just trying to build the culture of the program since we got there 3 years ago, built on putting in that work. And we said, you know what, let's what we're going to do. Let's turn this into a thing where we're working year round. And kids start to love the grind, love the work. And then when you start winning some ball games early on, now that, kids are like, okay, maybe this hard work stuff does pay off. And then when you get them to believe in that, obviously we were able to break some barriers done before. But really, it just all started with getting in the gym early in the off season and grinding. And thankfully for me, I got a great coaching staff who's about it and wants to put in that work. And it kind of like from the 2018 graduating class that we had, it kind of it was like a snowball effect where guys understood. Look, our first year together, we had a lot of success. So our second team was able to look at that. And we looked ourselves in the mirror. It was, we had a lot of guys coming back like, how did success happen? And I tell guys all the time that, some of these games, we're winning these games in April, May, June, July, August, September, October. All the great programs are working hard. So I'm not saying you want to just pat yourself on the back just for success. You got to put it around and you got to want to be great. So that's kind of where it started. And then, just good things started to happen as we put together guys obviously start to buy in more and more as time went on. So it's a good situation.
So it's about that commitment. So let me ask you this. You guys had the all year round programming going. So what are your guys doing right now during this quote unquote downtime to stay at it?
So, well, first and foremost, we're staying on our guys about logging into their Schoology accounts and making sure they stay on top of their academics and stuff like that. Obviously, had more time on their hands, so I'm kind of getting on them about you really have no excuse to not be productive because it's not like you're spending 8-10 hours away from the house every day now. You're able to get more in. But from a basketball perspective, we do about 3 or 4, maybe 5 sometimes Zoom calls a week where we're going through ball handling workouts and skill workouts. And we've got our guys on a weightlifting program, all things that they could get done at home without a single, weight per se. And it's been good so far. Some days I get evenings and I want to go through actually work them out. But this will work for now.
So do you think you have a slight advantage because you guys already had that all year round culture about working hard? So even though this is a little change from the norm, they're kind of used to doing things a little differently?
Yeah. Kind of our program model from the beginning has been to just EBED. I remember we talked about that in the summer, just getting better every day. And it's such a simple formula, but it's so dynamic if you look at it. So now the circumstances are what they are. Are we just going to stop trying to get better every day just because we can't physically see each other, physically interact, or be in the gym? So, for us, I kind of that Monday after the state championship would have been played, I kind of told our guys, hey, we might as well get to it now because, I could go back to last year. We were in the quarterfinal and UAD kicked our butts down there. 2 or 3 days later, we had guys in the gym getting shots up. So, like I was saying, I kind of put a lot of our success to just the player development in the offseason. And I'll tell you, Lindsay, as coaches, we could be in the gym all day. Right. If you don't got kids who love the game and truly want to work on the craft, and then it is what it is. So I feel like, they want to do it. We have a group chat and kids are sending their workouts in every single day. And it's not even just to send it so it could validate I did it. It's just they're pushing each other. Look, this is what I did when I woke up today. This is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I did. At the end of the day, we told them, at the end of the day, everyone's game is going to do the talking. But one of the things I told my guys yesterday is we just don't know. So we have to plan and prepare and work as if restrictions are going to be pulled and we might get after in a few weeks. But we also have to plan and prepare and work as if we may not see each other until, next school year. So just keeping things in perspective, the most of it from everything.
No, that's a great idea. Considering the fact that we have to talk via Zoom on its platform, is COVID-19. How has that been for you? Has it had a direct impact on your family, your circle? Your community was in the news a little while because of people who's having some extreme behavior. I mean, that's not the point of this call, but talk about what COVID-19, means to what's happening in your life and your world right now.
For a coach and somebody who works in the school system, it's kind of just a complete, obviously none of us had went through it, so it was a complete shock. From that perspective, I remember the Thursday when the MHSA officially said that they were going to postpone our tournament and were suspended. I remember having that conversation with our team, and we sat down. We were going around the circle, and everybody was just kind of saying things, and we were kind of having a good group discussion. And then I was like, one of the things I said, hey guys, let's go around the circle. If this was the last time you could address this team as a team, what would you say? And some of the guys were kind of optimistic at the point, like, no, coach, we're gonna be back at it. Let's not do that right now. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's, obviously that's a good way to think about it. But I wish we would have did it, because I didn't know it was gonna be like this. But from a personal perspective, thank God my family's been healthy and safe and stuff like that. It's unfortunate what's going on, but you got a big time salute to all the essential workers and the people in the healthcare system, the nurses, the doctors. I mean, everybody, the people that work in fruit markets and a lot of things, law enforcement, everybody was just kind of putting themselves in jeopardy on a daily basis to protect everybody else. It's can't go without saying. But for me personally, man, I feel grateful because we're all healthy and we're all safe, and still kind of get to do what we love, but obviously behind a computer screen, like you were saying.
Right. Forecasting that when we do get back, and I know that normal will be a different normal. Talk about what Roseville basketball is going to look like when you guys get back on the court again, whenever that day comes.
Yeah. So Roseville basketball graduated 7 seniors this year, and I'll say five of them played a lot of minutes, and 3 of them played a lot of minutes for the last 3 years. So we're gonna look a little bit different, but I think we're gonna be a little bit younger, which I'm excited about because it feels like my first year. Build it, but I'm also very optimistic because I feel like we're good still. So as far as the basketball program goes, the talent is there. I feel like we got some guys who hoop and we're very serious-minded basketball players. It would be going into year 4 now. I'm confident that our culture is set in place. And the one thing that I could say is it's been kind of a common theme. Is everywhere we go, people kind of comment on how hard we play, how our guys get after it, stuff like that. So we kind of take some pride in that. We've been number 1 in PPG defense in our league the last couple of years. So we want to continue to do that. And just, as a coach, again, going back to that GPED philosophy, like, got a lot of time on our hands now as coaches, so we got to find ways to get better ourselves, to, bring some good stuff back to our program, and not necessarily always X's and O's, just, things in your department, sports psychology, mental health, just learning more and more how to deal with young men and guide them. And but yeah, hey, we're excited, man. I mean, guys, now it's just cool because I could always make references now. Yeah, I could always make references like, look who we've done last year because of what we've done, because of the work that was put in, because of so-and-so's dedication and stuff like that. And we've built so much camaraderie now, man. I feel like the program itself, like, it means a lot to a lot of people, and a lot of people invested in our program in a lot of different ways. So very, very excited about the direction.
That's a perfect segue, because what I was going to ask you too, as we get ready to wrap up soon, is what does Roseville basketball mean to the community? Because a lot of times we only see the basketball team, but we never know the impact it has on the greater community as a whole.
Yeah, I think it's good. We get a lot of support at our games at home, even on the road when we travel. Our sports program as a whole, Roseville is a tight-knit community, city. I think when you got those cities that have those communities that have one high school, it's easier to garner that support. Got a football coach, Bernard Snowden, who's doing a great job building the program. He's going his 2nd year, so that kind of helps with camaraderie of 2 of the major sports in the school. But we've and I like to take pride in the fact that we've put a good brand of basketball on the floor that people enjoy watching. I think that's kind of helped. Guys play really hard, and we try to pride ourselves on playing the right way. And when somebody like kind of Jordan made that reference the other day in the last dance, or somebody made that reference about Jordan, it might be somebody's first time watching you play. I don't care what you've done in the past, and I want to make sure when that person walks out of the gym, they get the right perception and they feel the way we want to feel about the way our team plays.
Yeah, well, you definitely have made that impact. So before we wrap up, can you just give some inspiring words that can go to your players, to the community as a whole as far as what we're dealing with COVID-19 and, some things you think that can help us get through it?
I think as a society, man, I think we could get back to family, tighter knit relationships with our brothers, with our sisters, with our parents. And it's not always, sometimes it's just it's crazy. You have families with kids in college, and you've got parents who work multiple jobs, and everyone's time schedule is different. I think at some point, man, the one thing that I will say on that note is at some point when this thing does resolve and we get back to normal, I think there's going to be days in our everyday life where we think that, man, I wish I could go back into quarantine and have nothing to do. So I think we should really take advantage of it now. Like, we have a lot of time on our hands. Like, let's not only do the things that we usually been doing. Let's do things that we weren't able to do because of time restrictions, or, your job was getting in the way, or something in your personal life was getting in your way of it. Like, this is an opportunity to come out of this just better. So the one thing I will say is I think as a whole, as individual communities and as a state and as a country, I think we'll get through this. And I think everybody individually really should just take advantage of it, man. Pick up a book, read something, watch something that you don't necessarily do, and just try to find ways. And that's the one thing that I've been. I just want to just told myself, if I come out of this a better coach, a better man overall, then I'm gonna be better for the people that I'm around. So that's been my thing.
Well, great, man. You've definitely been a great inspiration. You bring energy wherever you are, and your program is doing really well. So I look forward to the time where we can speak face-to-face. But until then, we'll use this Zoom, and I appreciate you being available to come sit on the platform with me for a little while.
Lindsay, I appreciate it, man. I've been keeping up with all your stuff. I appreciate what you do, not only for basketball, but just for all of us in general in the state of Michigan, man. It's awesome.
Well, you make it easy, man. Coach Niz in the building, Roseville. Good luck to you guys, and we'll talk next time, okay?
Thank you, Lindsay. Have a good one, brother.
All right, great. You too.
Okay.